Alright, YouTube, today we're going to look and see what we can't figure out on this. So up beside here, we got some wiring. Get her opened up. It's right over there. I'm going to do some testing and I'll bring y'all back and we'll see what I find out. Alright, YouTube, so here's where we are right now. So this wire goes down in this loom right here and goes back into there. It was connected right here. Now that I've disconnected it, the light's off and now works with the switch. So our issue is going to come from that wire. So I'm going to have to cut all this out, or not cut it out, but cut the zip ties and see if I can't find where it's going. See if I can't see why, because there's not another switch to this light, just the one that I know of. So we'll look in that and see what we can't figure out. Alright, YouTube, I've got that all torn apart just in case if it's had something to do with out there. There's no wires frayed, no wires touching, nothing up there. And this wire goes to right there, and it's hot. Now, I have dug into this camper to try to find another switch. For some reason, that light or that switch right there, where this power cord would be hot. And you can see right there on the side it even says, I think you can see it, it says light. There's no manual to this camper or anything. Well, not so much manual, there's no electrical diagram for this thing. I've called them, I've emailed them, Keystone, and they said it doesn't exist. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hook that wire right there. I'm gonna unplug it, then I'll take this and I will bypass it, and I'll keep an eye out and see if I can't find anything in the future of where that power might be coming from. Like I said, it's random. It'll just come on at random times. So I don't know if there's something wrong in there. I don't know if there's a switch somewhere that keeps getting tripped. I mean, like I said, I've looked everywhere, and I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from or anything. None of the rest of these right here, this is the only one that has power. See, that one's lit up. Nothing, 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 and nothing. So, folks, at this point in time, I think that's what I'm going to just do. I think I'm going to call it and just pull that wire off. And that way I ain't got to worry about anything. I don't want to take this thing out and have whatever's powering that light up drain the battery, which would take forever because it is an LED light, but a drainage is a drainage. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove that wire, and we'll put all this back together. And probably not one of my finer moments of my videos, but it is what it is, and I can't think of anything else to do. I've even tried to contact other people that have Keystone Cougars, and they all say the same thing, like they don't know what I'm talking about. They've never seen that light come on any other than with that. So if you know anybody has a 2013 Keystone Cougar with 320 QBS, get with me. I'd like to ask you some questions because I bet you might be able to tell me some things. Anyways, that's it for this trip. Alright, YouTube, so there we have it. I got all the wires tucked back in there in the back and secured. Something in the future, I may try to do something with this. This is the vent for the battery box. I may try to put something to go from here over and down or something. I don't know. If I can keep this out of the way, so if I come in here to get my shovels or anything like that, it won't be a big deal. But the light does work off the switch now. I did keep the wire, like you can see it right there. Kept it just in case in the future, if I find out what that problem was, we can get it fixed. But as you can see, light is off. Light is on. So there we go. Now the next video will be put some screens on the inside of those over there for the refrigerator. That's it for today. Well, YouTube, I've mentioned his name before, T.R. Boland. And T.R. Boland has said to me several occasions that there's no such thing as a stupid question to an extent. Now, I guess my deal's still too short. There's no such thing as a stupid question to an extent, and I believe them. And if people are new at things, and being new at things, you don't know everything. And I am the same way. Now, what I could do, I'm sorry I'm just moving around so much trying to get the setup so you guys can see. What I could do is I could just take the video I just made and I could delete it. I know it's crooked, guys, just bear with me. And be done with it. But how are you gonna learn if I didn't learn? It's a light wire, right? That's a remote that runs this wireless thing here. So obviously, hear it clicking. Turn it on. It's got power. Turn it off. It's got power. Well, you know what that means, right? That means we are going to put that wire back in. Ain't that big of a deal, but yeah, at least now we know, right? Yep. Now YouTube, I could totally just act like, you know, none of that ever happened. Before I go too far, this is where we're gonna put the screens. And just deleted that video. But how many other people out there are gonna have, or could possibly have, the same problem that I have, or had, and didn't know? Because I've asked and I asked and I asked, I emailed, and nobody could figure out what the problem possibly could be. As simple as that. But you know what? It's all right. And what caught this was while I was watching the video, while I was editing it, I noticed that all that right there works off of the remote. Just wish I would have thought about that before I unhooked the wire, but wasn't a big deal. Didn't take, but honestly had it done in about 4 minutes, all put back together the way it's supposed to be. Until next time.